And we got a yellow.
Yes, we do. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We are live here for Round 8 of the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season, hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5. It is the Worldwide 300 at Worldwide Technology Gateway Raceway. Here on Heat 5, we have a caution on the racetrack for the second time in the race for an on-track incident. We are here in Stage 2. Aaron Garcia, the points leader, winning Stage 1 in the 24 car. 18 cars started the race, 15 cars left on the racetrack, and we've got this one underway. We are rocking and rolling. We're going to get a restart here in Stage 2 with about 18 to go. I believe in the second stage we'll get an update from Alex Tesdall, our in-race reporter, about that once we go green again. I'm NASCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, alongside my in-race reporter, the 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion, Alex Tesdall. He's out there in the 17 car, restarting in 5th. We are green. Noah Underwood leads them to the line in the 11 car.
15 to go on the stage.
Awesome, thank you. 15 to go in Stage 2. Oh, and a bump there given by Trey Hollywood in the 20 to Aaron Garcia in the 24. It's a little bit deeper in the field. They are 3 wide, 4 wide going down the back straightaway. Contact made between the 32 and another car there as they go towards turn 3. Landon Jenkins side by side with Dustin Franklin for the lead. They have Noah Underwood right behind them in the 11 car. One car went up there and made contact with the outside wall. I believe it was Connor Brown in the number 78 Chevy. He might have lost the draft with the lead group here. It's great to see Noah Underwood back in a NASCAR Platinum Cup Series race. He ran earlier tonight as well at Bristol Motor Speedway, finished in 11th. There was a couple of wild restarts and a couple of untimely cautions in that race that trapped a few cars one lap down. He was one of them, and pulled off an 11th place finish. Whoa, you can see him dirt tracking there through turns 3 and 4. 12 career Platinum Cup Series wins for Noah Underwood in that 11 car. We'll have to see if he can rebound from that. Landon Jenkins is your race leader. Dustin Franklin in the 3 runs in second. No wins so far this season for Landon Jenkins, but a pair of stage wins and a couple of strong top 5 finishes. He's got himself up there in second in the point standings after the first 7 races of the season. Looking to park in victory lane for the first time this season, and for the first time in his NASCAR Platinum Cup Series career, he is the 2022 NASCAR World Champion. That season, of course, was hosted back on F1 2020. Trey Hollywood in the 20 car, running in second. Strong run for him earlier tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Didn't get the finish he rightfully deserved. Looking to rebound here at Gateway. Strong start for him. Comes into this race 7th in the point standing. 6th in the point standing. Contact made there with his buddy Dustin Franklin in the 3. They will be teammates for the 2024 NASCAR Motormaster Series season in the Xfinity cars. And then another shot there given by Dustin Franklin this time. And they might be good friends, but they don't look like it on this particular night. Here at Gateway, Josh Colin-Diaz in the 9 taking a look to the inside. 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion. Also hosted in the Cup cars, just with no playoff system. Battles all over this racetrack. Harold Burden trying to follow Josh Colin-Diaz past the 3 of Dustin Franklin. Couldn't quite get it done. Aaron Garcia, the points leader and Stage 1 winner, pole sitter for this race as well. Right behind this battle that's going on for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Aaron riding in that 6th position. Looking to strike whenever he sees daylight. Noah Underwood has slipped to 7th in that number 11 Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports with his teammate Colby Luca in the number 19 running in 8th. Colby missed the first race of the night earlier tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Picked up a top 5 finish in both of his first 2 races in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series, and that 19 car looking pretty strong. In the early going here at Gateways, battling for position with Alex Tesdall in the 17. They both took turns 3 and 4 way too wide, coming out of turn 4 in particular, and both cars made contact with each other and the wall. Bill Baldwin in the 32 clipped the edge of the wall where it sticks out a little bit from the safer barriers coming out of turn 4 with his right rear and spun the number 32 Ford Mustang. We don't have a caution for that, and that's a heartbreaking situation for the two-time NASCAR champion. Both of Bill Baldwin's championships in NASCAR coming on Gran Turismo. Battle here between teammates. Sean Lucas in the 22 goes way up towards the outside, brushes the wall actually, and lets his teammate Alex Tesdall go by. Wrote it down to InRace reporter Alex Tesdall. It's about time we did. We haven't spoken with you at all yet during this broadcast. Coming off a strong finish earlier at Bristol Motor Speedway. How's the car feel so far here at Gateway?
The car handles weird. It feels real tight in 1 and 2, but it's good in 3 and 4. And some adjustments are needed, but I'm not sure yet.
And where did you finish exactly at Bristol? Was it a top 5? It was a wild restart near the end.
We ended up P6 in that one.
Yeah, and probably deserved a podium in that, which would have given you a playoff point. What do you think of your chances here at Gateway? Is it the same strength or not quite there?
We might have about a 5th place car max, but I don't know about beyond that unless we pull some crazy strategy.
We'll have to see how it all unfolds with cautions and so forth. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And I guess whenever you can, give us an update on how many laps to go here in Stage 2. Maybe when you hit the line next.
Yeah.
Good action all over this racetrack. And there's the Canadian Emily Sari coming off a top 10 earlier at Bristol tonight.
4 laps to go on the stage.
10-4, thank you. And Bill Baldwin in the 32 making an unscheduled pit stop to repair the damage. I wonder why he wouldn't have just stayed out a little longer to stay on the lead lap, but yeah, he's going to lose a lap under this green flag pit stop here. He might get the free pass if he's the only one trapped 1 lap down. Your leader is Landon Jenkins in the 77, looking for his 3rd stage win of the season. 2 laps to go at Gateway.
3 to go.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you. So with 3 laps to go, Landon Jenkins, Harold Burden, Josh Colm-Diaz, your top 3. They've driven away from the rest of the field a little bit. Aaron Garcia in the 24 has worked his way back into 4th. He's the Stage 1 winner and pole sitter here in tonight's Worldwide 300 at Gateway. 2 laps to go. Pit road is closed. 2 very different corners here at Gateway. It's hard to get the car completely set up to handle perfectly in both of them. It's kind of like Darlington in that sense, where you really want to focus on one corner and just kind of make fine-tune adjustments to find the speed for the corner that you're not most focused on. Harold Burden in the 12, Josh in the 9, still continuing to battle amongst each other while still trying to run down the leader, Landon Jenkins in the 77. It's about 2 car lengths separating them when they're on the straightaways. The white flag has been shown. And thundering down the back straightaway now and into turn 3. Coming out of 4, he'll see the green and white checkered flags, Landon Jenkins will, and that will signal the end of Stage 2. 3rd stage win of the season so far for the 2022 NASCAR World Champion. Landon Jenkins wins Stage 2 here at Gateway. Harold Burden's going to take 2nd. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9's going to take 3rd. Aaron Garcia, winner of Stage 1, going to pick up 4th. And Noah Underwood in the 11 car will finish in 5th. Dustin Franklin 6th. Trey Hollywood 7th. Alex Tesdall 8th. And if you can let us know who 9th and 10th were, Alex, without forgetting to pit, that would be greatly appreciated.
Kluka and Nolak.
All right. and we saw a couple of drivers make contact with the outside wall and a couple of other cars even, and lose sight of the top 8 or 9 cars. This is a key moment for them in this race. Might be the last caution that we see in this race. It's the only guaranteed caution left that we had in this one here for the end of stage 2. So it'll be interesting to see if any of those drivers can rebound and drive themselves back up there in contention for this win. 18 cars started the race, 15 of them left on the racetrack. Final stage time for round 8 at Gateway. Green flag has been shown. 100 laps here at Gateway goes by very, very quickly. The main event at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park coming up next, and we've got a great one shaking up here at the end of this one. Worldwide Technology Gateway Raceway. Landon Jenkins leads them through 3 and 4 cleanly. They're beginning to get spread out single file. Harold Burden settles into second. Josh Colm-Diaz settles into third. Noah Underwood in the 11 car trying to settle into fourth if he can. He's got Trey Hollywood, his teammate, in the 20 to his outside. Aaron Garcia just behind them, along with Dustin Franklin and Alex Tesdall 3 wide for third, fourth, and fifth. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 getting hung out to dry on the high outside line. Might have been a little bit of contact there between the 20 and the 9. There's not too much room going into these corners when you're 3 wide, and especially when it's a two-groove racetrack for the most part, and they settle it out back to 2x2. And in the 12 car, Harold Burden, he takes the race lead for the first time tonight at Gateway. Gets around the 77 of Landon Jenkins. Still 3 wide for third, fourth, and fifth. This time it's Noah Underwood in the 11 car stuck up on the high outside groove. And it was Trey Hollywood and Aaron Garcia trying to force their way down in the inside and middle. And now it's Josh Colm-Diaz, Dustin Franklin trying to do just that. But great news for Noah Underwood. He was able to settle in line single file. He drove it in hard into turn 1 to try to keep it that way, and he did a pretty good job. Harold still leads. Landon Jenkins in second. Aaron Garcia third. Noah Underwood and Trey Hollywood, the rest of your top 5. Josh Colm-Diaz, Colby Luca, Dustin Franklin, Alex Tesdall, Sean Lucas, the rest of your top 10. Now, I can also tell you Connor Brown's running in 11th, and I'm not sure if Bill Baldwin has been able to get himself back on the lead lap or not, but if he has, then he is actually the one scored in the 12th position. If not, then it's Rush Downing in the 7 car, running in that 12th position with Kamik Brown and Emily Seri still on the lead lap in 13th and 14th, up in the top 15 for sure, as we continue to march on in stage 2. And there was a crash there. Dustin Franklin in the 3 was up against the outside wall coming out of turn 2. There was a few cars that narrowly avoided contact. There's a bit of front end damage now in the right front of the 11 of Noah Underwood. I wonder if he had anything to do with it. We'll throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall for an update.
About 4 or 5 cars away, he's going in the 1 and the 3 got sent around.
Oh, that's a shame. I was wondering what happened. He had a great run going, spent a lot of stage 1 and 2 in the top 5 or 6, and had a great chance of going out there and winning this thing based on everything we had seen so far. Thank you to Alex Tesdall for the update. Dustin Franklin's got a lot of work to do if he's going to rebound from this and get back up there in the top 10 and battle for this win at Gateway. He had a great car, great chance, and he's not necessarily out of it yet, but he's got work to do and might need a caution at this point to repair any damage that he might have suffered. To the inside goes Aaron Garcia in the 24, takes the race lead for the first time since stage 1. Won the pole for this race, holds 3 wins in the first 7 races of the season. Won stage 1, lost touch with the leaders a little bit in Stage 2, rebounded and rallied to finish 4th in Stage 2, and now here he is taking the lead back from Harold Burden. Strong start to the season for the driver of the 12, Harold Burden. Haven't spoken too much about him in this race, even though he's actually been up here in the top 3 or 4 for most of it. 12th in the point standings. No stage wins, no top 3 finishes quite yet. The playoff point total is still at 0 for the driver of the 12, but he's sitting 3rd in the point standings. If he doesn't end up advancing with a win, he's most definitely going to be one of the drivers who advance with points. And we're having some connection issues. Some of these cars are beginning to lag extremely around this racetrack. Throwing it down to Alex Tesdall. Are you experiencing this too?
Yeah, there's a lot of lag down here right now. Hopefully it sorts itself out while we're still spread out.
I hope so as well, yes. And we've got a car around, so maybe it won't. Noah Underwood in the 11 spun against the wall.
And there's a yellow.
Yeah, coming out of turn 4, Noah was against the outside wall. Contact made between, I think it was a black car, but I can't see him on the picture frame here now. He's not coming up behind the 9 car.
I think it was a 78 that hit him.
That makes sense because he is in a black paint job with a red logo on the hood. So caution out here in the final stage. Major lag problems here at Gateway Raceway. Happens sometimes here at NASCAR Heat 5. The servers are getting a little bit older. It's no longer the newest NASCAR video game available on a console. And honestly, we're fairly certain that our time is limited at this point here for the servers being operational and active on NASCAR Heat 5, and we're trying to make the most of it for the viewers at home and for the drivers themselves here in NOSSCAR. 18 cars started this 100-lap event, 14 cars left on the racetrack, and I believe all of them are now on the lead lap. This will help Bill Baldwin in the 32 get one of those laps back. Green flag is back in the air. And we're going to try to get this one in, folks.
It's not fun down here right now.
Doesn't look too fun, no. I can tell it's still happening. It's settled down just a little bit. Oh, and there's a crash.
Lag.
Yeah, Rush Downing in the 7 put the 13 of Timmy Brown up into the outside wall in turns 3 and 4, and that's going to draw a caution here. It's not of the fault of the driver of the 7 or the driver of the 13. We're having extreme connection issues here on NASCAR Heat 5. The server's kind of taking a turn for the worse for us here tonight at round 8 at Gateway. How many laps to go, Alec?
39.
Might be the roughest 39 laps many of you have ever experienced in an NOSSCAR race.
Yeah. At this point in the race, we probably have to roll with it because we're well past halfway.
Exactly. We've already got stage points handed out and full award handed out, and yeah, this is we've come too far now to stop. So we're going to see how this all shakes out. We have no promises to the viewers at home or how it all unfolds from here. Connection issues plaguing the Worldwide 300 at Gateway. Green flag back in the air, 36 laps to go.
Might be good. Or, I don't know.
We sure hope so. Well, it looks much better. It's hard to tell because I still see some cars wiggling, but I think that that's them pushing their hardest and getting loose coming out of the corners once in a while. We might be good to the finish from here. We'll have to see.
A few cars are still twitching a little bit, but it has calmed down.
And this is great news. Oh.
And it's starting up again.
It is. Yes, it is.
Crap. Alright.
And look out, the 19 of Colby Lucas spun, hit the grass. Rush Downing had nowhere to go. either Timmy Brown or Sean Lucas, and that will draw another caution here for the Worldwide 300 at Gateway. And we do apologize to the viewers at home, doing our very best to get this one in for you. NASCAR Heat 5 server connection issues are plaguing the Worldwide 300 at Gateway Raceway here. We are in the final stage. We're going to have about 30 laps to go when we restart. Alex, what is it like out there when these cars just start twitching? Describe it for the viewers at home. Is it kind of like trying to dodge a hailstorm?
That's the best way to put it, like, because you don't know where the guys around you are going to go, and you have to try to predict where they're going to go, and it's not fun.
I've only been out there for a couple of different races where it's done this, and you're right, it's more of a survival race. Once this begins to happen, you just do your best to try to not run into anybody, give yourself a safe gap between the car in front of you and your bumper, and hope that you're not a part of whatever happens next. Green flag back in the air. And more lag issues, starting some contact deeper in the field between the 19, the 17, the 9, and a couple of others, and now they straighten it back out. 2 and 3 wide, still deeper in the field, but the top 7 or 8 have now begun to get themselves single filed out. Rush Downing forcing the nose of that number 7 Chevy Camaro to the inside of the 17 Ford and the 22 Ford. Alex Tesdall, Sean Lucas having no choice but to go up the hill a little bit and provide some open space. And now the lag issues beginning to ramp up again here. Hollywood leads. Aaron Garcia, Landon Jenkins side by side for second and third. The cars are beginning to spike again.
7th round. Crash in the rear.
You're right, Rush Downing is spun and crashed by himself. I think we're still green. Oh, the 9, Josh Colm-Diaz gets out of shape, goes into the grass. The 32 of Bill Baldwin.
He's around it. Ooh.
17 and the 24 had nowhere to go. The 62 of Emily Seri was involved, and we have another caution here at Gateway. How many laps to go, Alex?
28 to go.
Darn. And this is going to be about 24, 25 to go when we restart. We're getting there. We're getting closer, but I do have a feeling it's going to be a wild race from this point forward, like it's been these last, I don't know, 15 laps. What it does is, I know this isn't the way that we want our races to go. Obviously, connection issues like this with the Heat 5 servers definitely don't provide for the most genuine racing. But what this does is it opens up the door for one of these drivers to potentially sneak their way in and get their first win. We're past the halfway point, folks. This race will be official no matter what. And we might see a wild outcome here. Might see a driver win this race that normally doesn't win these races. 18 cars started this race, 14 of them left on the racetrack, and I believe about 8 of them have never won a Platinum Cup Series event. Green flag back in the air, 24 laps to go. Landon Jenkins, the leader. Connor Brown in second. Colby Luca in the 19, running in third. Trey
32 is around.
In fourth. Bill Baldwin spins off the apron. The 9 of Josh Colm-Diaz had nowhere to go. We're still green. And I don't know if that was due to connection issues. Now there are some connection issues again, and everybody is bouncing into each other.
Yeah, on my screen, every single car in the top 5 that's went up and hit the wall. That's definitely not actually what happened.
No. I saw that too, yes. Like, literally, you're right. It's very accurate. All 5 of them, same way, same time. Yep, this is pretty crazy. And again, we do apologize to the viewers at home. We are having severe connection issues here with the NASCAR Heat 5 servers. They do this once in a while, once we get to about 9:30 or 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time at night.
I mean, all this craziness has got Rock inside the top 10. Maybe he can make something happen.
It'd be great to see him get on up there and win one of these races here. He's got a win in the NOSSCAR Outlaw Series on Wreckfest, looking for his first ever NOSSCAR win on a NASCAR game. Up in the top 10 in that 7 car right now, Landon Jenkins, Trey Hollywood, Harold Burden, Connor Brown, and Aaron Garcia, your top 5. Sean Lucas scored in 6th. The top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field by a pretty decent margin as well. There's Sean running in 6th. He's all by himself in that 22 car. Alex Tesdall scored behind him in 7th. Bill Baldwin in the 32 trying to take that position, and looks like he will. And we do thank the viewers at home for tuning in and bearing with us through the NASCAR Heat 5 server issues. They do look a little bit better. We have under 20 laps to go here at Gateway, round 8 of the 2023
just as you say
season.
that, it starts up again.
I'm not going to say anything anymore. Because you're right, I saw the car start to twitch as well. Hopefully we can make it, folks. Under 20 to go at Gateway, round 8 of the 2023 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season. Hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. It's the 8th running, 8th annual season here for this series. It's our premier stock car series on a console. If you're on a console with us and your primary focus is NASCAR video games, this is the series that you want to win in the most. And there's about 5 drivers here in this lead pack that all have a great chance to do just that. The only way it's going to change is if we see another caution for one of these NASCAR Heat 5 server spikes, and it looks pretty good at this point. Harold Burden wrestles the lead away from Landon Jenkins in the 77. Aaron Garcia trying to make the outside line work and clear the 77 for the lead. He does it, and now he's going to draw alongside the 12 of Harold Burden for the lead. And the 24 led that lap, but he's not quite clear of the 12. Now he is as they go into turn 1. Three wins for Aaron Garcia within the first 7 races of the season, and we got a crash deep in the field. Bill Baldwin lost control, came back up across the nose of Alex Tesdall. Timmy Brown and Dustin Franklin were involved, and we've got another caution here in the final stage at Gateway. And nothing you could do to miss that one, eh, Alex?
There was no time to react. He spun down the track, spun back up, and yeah.
Yeah, he was about 5 feet in front of you when he came back up across the track, so I totally understand. I saw it. Heavy damage to the 13, the 7, the 17, the 3. There's a number of cars coming to pit road to make some repairs, I'm sure. The 19 of Colby Luca as well. Bill Baldwin himself in the 32. And let us know when you hit the line how many laps remain here.
All right.
Because it's not many, I know that. And they click off pretty quick here at Gateway.
We've got 13 to go.
You heard it from the 2022 Novice Cup champion. 13 to go, green flag back in the air. Rush Downing spins right in front of the field. Sean Lucas had nowhere to go. Neither did Timmy Brown.
There's no yellow.
Yes, there is. Alex Tesdall nowhere to go either. That was deadly looking. I guess what I mean by deadly was just, if you were behind that, you had no chance. There was a 100% crash rate for you if you were behind that 7 car when he spun sideways right in the middle groove, right in the middle of the pack. Not an ideal situation. We are under caution again here in the final stage. It's been a wild and crazy worldwide 300 so far at Gateway Raceway here on NASCAR Heat 5, Round 8 of the 2023 Platinum Cup Season 100-lap event. 18 cars started the race, 14 of them left on the track, and all of them on the lead lap with a shot to win this race. It's going to be 9 or 10 to go, and we're getting the Heat 5 connection issues again. You can see the cars spiking a little bit. Green flag is out. We're restarting and we're underway again.
9 to go.
9 laps to go. Trey Hollywood takes the lead. Oh, and around goes Bill Baldwin off the apron again. The 22, 12, and 17 bounced off each other to stay away from them, and we're still green for now. Whoa, and the 17 of Alex Tesdall hit the outside wall and goes for a spin. I think that was him getting pinched by the 62.
That one was not leg.
No. No, it was not. Now we have 8 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken. Trey Hollywood is the leader. Aaron Garcia right behind him in second. Landon Jenkins in third. I think Aaron in the 24 has the best car on the racetrack, especially in the outside line. Just seems to get a great launch out of these corners and carry so much speed and momentum through the center. But now the connection issues are starting, and I think that he ran into the back of the 20 car who was skipping around on his screen, and now Aaron's actually going to fade back to 4th with 7 laps to go. Now he's going to fade to 7th to the inside of the 9 car of Josh Colm-Diaz. Timmy Brown in the 13 is not too far behind them. This leaves Trey Hollywood and Landon Jenkins up there to battle for the lead and for the win. And the 77 and the 20 will be Luca running in third, and the 19 trying his hardest to close in. And there's a big crash deeper in the field due to a connection spike.
Yellow is out.
Yeah, I saw some of that one. Harold in the 12 with damage. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 got some damage out of that as well. There you see the 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion. Heavy front-end damage. He will need to come to pit road to service that machine under this caution. And it's a shame that this is all happening, because we had a great race going, and now the NASCAR Heat 5 servers are really throwing a wrench into all of these drivers' plans. We're only going to have 3 or 4 laps remaining when we restart. Well, here we go. Could be the last restart of the race. Could not be.
Should be 3 to go.
3 laps to go. We are green again here in the final stage. Who's going to win the Worldwide 300 at Gateway? Trey Hollywood got a great push from the 19 through 1 and 2. He was able to clear the 77 because of that. The cars are spiking badly, though, and there is a crash. And there is a caution. So we are going to a green-white checkered here, and we might have a few of these if the cars keep spiking from the NASCAR Heat 5 servers having issues. Stage 1 was great. Stage 2 was great. It was here in the final stage when the NASCAR Heat 5 servers really began to take a turn for the worse, and now everybody's having to dodge cars left, right, and center to try to win this race. And Alex Tesdall was talking about it earlier. When this happens, you're basically guessing at all times where the car in front of you is going to be, because that car will suddenly come to a stop and be right on your nose and then spike back out in front of you. Sometimes it's left and right. It's not easy to navigate your way around the track when there's about 15 cars lagging on your screen.
NASCAR overtime, and nobody wins.
Yep, that was a rough restart. You could tell it was a very laggy, glitchy restart, but we are green. NASCAR overtime underway, and now it's all about survival and guessing where the cars are. The 24 spins the 77, had no clue that he was right in front of them, is what I'm assuming. They're 3 wide for the lead. The key at this point is to try to run your own line, so if the car in front of you spikes back, he's not going to hit you. And it will be official, though, because now the white flag has been shown for Trey Hollywood in the 20. He's got Connor Brown in the 78 right behind him. Still green. Cars are beginning to spike a bit down the back straightaway, though. Connor Brown trying to get close enough to Trey Hollywood to make a big run, a big move here for the win late in the race, but he's not going to do it. Coming out of turn 4, Trey Hollywood wins the Worldwide 300 at Gateway. 3rd career NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series win, and it was a wild one to say the least. Seems like whenever it's a wild race or whenever there is controversy, it seems like Trey Hollywood is the benefactor of this. Many drivers have talked to me about that, actually, and it's no different here tonight for the Worldwide 300 at Gateway Raceway. Round 8 is in the history books for the 2023 Platinum Cup Series season. And at the end of it all, it was Trey Hollywood in the number 20 Toyota Supra for Juicy J Motorsports, parking in a victory lane for his first win of the 2023 season and 3rd career win for him in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Congratulations to Trey Hollywood. Congratulations as well to Juicy J Motorsports. Final thoughts from Alex Tesdahl before we sign out from this one.
The first half of the race was good, but the second half was like an absolute mess, and I guess congratulations to Hollywood. He's just, I don't know how he does it. Every time there's craziness, he just finds his way to the front. I wish I had that luck.
I agree. I don't have that luck either. What do you think that it was that worked out for him so much? Just being near the front and having good track position when the spiking started, I guess?
It looked like somehow he was able to navigate around the spiking, and every time they'd spike, they'd go everywhere but into him.
Yeah. He did a great job. He had a good car before the spiking began, but I think that Aaron Garcia in the 24, Landon Jenkins in the 77 were in a bit of a class of their own here at Gateway. Don't know if anyone was going to have a strong enough car to challenge them. Maybe Harold Burton in the 12, but we'll never know. NASCAR Heat 5 servers had different plans for us tonight, and at the end of the craziness, at the end of the chaos, when the smoke cleared, it was Trey Hollywood in the 20 parking in a victory lane for the Worldwide 300 at Gateway. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we are saying so long, and until next Monday, stay fast, folks.